From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth. Here at Tommy Max, of course, at my bar. And it's Campo's Corner time. Coach Dave Campo is here. Brought to our friends at Branded Brewski. Scott Mills, the founder of Branded Brewski. He joins the panel this time around. And my old friend Aaron Beasley's here. We're going to talk what he's doing off the field. And we're also going to talk a little cyber with a return guest. So let's welcome in the panel. Coach Campo's up first. What's up, Coach? How are you, my man?
I'm good, Tom.
Good to see you.
How you doing? This should be Aaron Beasley corner.
That's right. He was the
he's
corner.
the guy. That's right.
You know
exactly.
what? He's like Babe Ruth because he called 2 picks in the divisional playoff game, and he got 2 picks against Dan Marino.
Listen, those are the guys you want out
That's
there.
right.
The guys that have confidence enough to get it done.
I'm going yard.
Going vertical. Right, exactly.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Beast, welcome, my man. How are you?
Thanks, bro.
Good
That's that old backyard brawl rivalry. See, you didn't. That's West Virginia
and Pitt. Yeah,
you know,
that's right. That was
Pitt rejected me. I said, okay, I'm gonna get him back.
BC wanted you.
They did. I'm sorry.
Did want you.
I met Tom on my visit up there. He's in a big old boot.
Yeah.
Big old mohawk. I thought he was the boss. I thought he was the boss.
Tell us about the 99 Jags group. I know you've been working on that for a while.
Well, what it is, man, I left and came back, and I really want to bring guys together because when I was in Philadelphia, I just see how they operate up there as you know, the one thing we have an advantage of down here is we're the only team in Jacksonville. Right. As far as NFL, I mean, professional. Team. But up there in Philly, it was the Eagles, the Phillies, the Flyers, the Sixers, and but the one thing is they're all on TV, they're all doing something. So I wanted to bring us together so that we can have power in numbers.
Yes.
And the things I've been working on, man, it's like I'm all over the city trying to bring some more development here. Yeah, because I feel like one thing that's missing in this city is youth development. Yep. And that's my angle. I love teaching the game, whether it's basketball, life.
Absolutely.
Sports and life,
Sports
they work
is
together.
Life. Business,
they work together.
Yep.
And so, like, that's what I really want to bring up. Like, more than money, your legacy is what you leave.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right. So, and how's the head coach and how's the football team going, man?
Man, I'm a defensive back coach. Yeah. I can be honest. But it was a learning experience trying to deal with everything because, you know, we only had 5 coaches. So I was coaching O-line a little bit. I was coaching D-line. Yep. And the good thing is I was number 71 on my first football team. So I did play a little O-line.
There you go.
And, you know, it was fun, man. I just love teaching. I don't even consider myself coach. Yeah. Like everybody's like, oh, what's up, Coach Bees? Yeah. And it's like I greet them every day after school, and I shake everyone's hand, look them in the eye, because what I love about this whole experience is all the teachers are saying how much better improved behaviorally these guys are.
Yeah,
like they're opening doors for teachers, they're raising their hands, and that's what you want to get out of this whole situation.
Developing men.
Exactly.
Which is huge. We all need it. Our society needs it.
We do.
All right, always a pleasure. Paul Cummings is back from Whole Cyber and Boots to Cyber, nonprofit that you do, but you got a new thing going on, Paul. What's happening?
Yeah, so Whole Cyber obviously transcended where we launched the Lighthouse Project not too long ago. Yeah. That Aaron and I were just geeking out about. Yep. But under Boost to Cyber, I'm a partner founder of a veteran-owned LLC S Corp. We're an upside-down company. Our CEO, Cindy Gladys, we all follow her methodology where we're servant leaders. Everybody that comes through us, even our clients that we consult, we're there for them. Recently, one of our partners, Dragos, I'm not sure if anybody knows that OT cyber firm. Okay. No. We're one of their first partners as Boost to Cyber, and their CEO, Rob Lee, created the first credential around operational technology, industrial control systems. So they recently, during the Ukraine, they sent a lot of resources out to help protect critical infrastructure, hospitals, transportation, you name it, right? But they reached out and they said, hey, y'all teach already. Do y'all know of a curriculum like this that's close to this, but not that level? I said, hold my beer. And then three peer reviews later from some very, very top personalities and influencers within the industry, we have our curriculum, and it's going to go live here.
Awesome.
Beginning of the year.
Congratulations,
that's
man.
great.
That's badass.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
First of a kind.
Cool.
It's taught as a non-electrical engineer, so even Tom, never put stuff together, can understand. Okay, why is my coffee maker doing that?
Yeah, right.
Because your coffee maker has OT in it.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind
You
of
ought to go get involved here.
Yeah. You like that, Coach?
Well, you're kind of that kind of a guy.
Yeah.
You're analytical, and it fits right into the engineering.
There you go. I like it.
I'm unemployed right now.
All right. There you go. It's great to have you, man. Appreciate it. Scott Mullis is back. How are you, my man?
I'm good, Tommy. How about
Founder
yourself?
of Branded Brewski.
Yes,
So
sir.
you told me earlier you had to unload the truck.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because
I'm a man of all hats.
You got to do it though, right?
Yeah.
How do you do it without getting blowing a gasket? Because you got to do it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your company.
Well, that's exactly right. And if it doesn't get done, I have to do it. And if I don't do it, it doesn't get done. The company doesn't run. So. Right. Being the leader is really being a leader by example.
Yeah. That's right.
So, a lot of days, I think my team, my employees, they look at me like, I don't know how he does it, and I can never work as hard as he does.
Yep.
But at the same time, I'm all over the place, support. Yep. Support for what you need to do. I'm here. What do you need so you can accomplish what you need to do? Yep. And and I will bust my butt, and that's how I lead, by example.
That's right. Look, this is Beast. Check this out.
This sounds like a
Brandon
football coach.
Brewski. Well, that's going to be my wrap-up question. That's going to be my wrap-up question.
Man.
These are from Brandon Brewski.
Okay.
Brand new, man. And
So that's our new digital printing system. We can print on glass. We can print on double-wall stainless steel,
You do
powder-coated.
T-shirts and paraphernalia?
No, this is for drinkware, cylindrical objects.
Yeah. Okay.
And probably before the end of the year, we'll be taking the.
Oh, okay.
So on these type of things, we'll be taking the new machine that comes in, because these glasses spin. So when you have a handle, it can't spin.
Right.
So the new machine that we're bringing in probably in December. It's already paid for, so it better be coming. It actually rotates back and forth.
180.
And it inkjets. So believe it or not, that thing is spinning around at a pretty good pace, and the inkjet is just moving over. It's shooting teeny little microscopic dots of color to produce that motif. And the computer technology to do that is pretty amazing.
That is amazing. All right, let's wrap up this segment. But you got me to think about my final question for the whole panel. Leadership. What kind of job has Doug Peterson done as a leader of the Jaguars? What would you say?
It's hard to say. I see him on TV and in the media, and it just seems it's almost like he speaks in cliche.
Coach speak.
Coach speak. So it's hard to really
get a feel for it.
Yeah, it's hard to read into it. Yep. Is he there as a head figure and the coach's assistants are doing the work?
Yep.
Or is he really there as a leader? I have to question that.
Well, I'll tell you what, this last comment about, I'm not going to answer that because you won't be able to understand it.
That was a rough one.
Yeah, he shouldn't have said it, but I understand what he's saying because if they've run that play I don't know, they run it 3 times a game where they run the deep guy and then the crosser comes over and the crosser's normally open and he never looked at the crosser. So he could get up there. I wrote this on Twitter. He could get up there and say, well, it's the same old crap we've been dealing with all year long. Receiver's in the wrong position. Quarterback throws it to the wrong spot. There's pressure at the end, and we keep screwing it up. So what do you want me to, you know what I mean? So
well, who's at fault there?
Well, I think
who's leading that screw up?
It's week 10. Well, the coaches are they're at fault, but I mean, we're talking professional
athletes,
football players,
right?
Grown men that don't know the route. That's like ridiculous to me. You know what I mean? So I do think it's hard to sit, and even from my perspective and point of view, I can't tell you what kind of leadership job he's done. I know he's very frustrated. When you lose, you get frustrated. Can you imagine this guy in front of a media after going 2-8? He's going cuckoo. He's yelling. He's screaming. Can't handle it. It's tough. But I think I'm with you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because
These
you don't know
athletes
what
are
they
too
do.
fragile, so he's protecting them.
He protects them.
That's what he's doing.
Protects them.
Because he played, and he's like us.
Yeah.
He knows what he wants to
Exactly.
say, but he's saying what he has to say to protect the ego of these guys.
As much as he can.
Because they're getting paid so much money, he'll be gone before then.
No doubt. You know
Keeping it
that.
to the generation.
Paul, what do you say?
Well-
What do you say?
I agree with everything. I mean, it's one of those things where, I mean, looking at it in any business construct, right?
Yeah.
Why does my company keep getting hacked?
Yeah. Right. No, right.
Why do I keep hiring people that have these credentials? Remember we were talking about that earlier?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Have these credentials, but I keep getting owned by a 16, 17-year-old kid that has nothing.
Yeah.
Right? And it's because they're, I don't know, I feel like it's a two-way street and players are more inclined to have the handout to say, what can you do for me before I do anything for you? And that's why college ball is always the best.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Is it now with the NIL?
I know.
Is
I
it?
know. These, what would you say?
Well, true for
job
freshmen.
Peterson has done. What?
I just think he's dealing with the hand he's dealt.
Yeah.
I mean, because, when you pay a quarterback that much money, you're expecting him to do things on his own. Where, okay, some of the balls, I'll go back to the first preseason game. When you throw to people instead of throwing them open.
Right.
When you throw an interception in the preseason that looked like last year, all the games that we lost, is it all on Doug? I couldn't say that.
I don't
because,
think so.
Doug played a game when he had Carson Wentz at the top of his game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He had the backup, Nick Foles, came in. So is it Doug or is it the players?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it the culture? Is it the culture within the team? Are the teammates holding each other accountable?
That's it. That's a great question.
And do the teammates have each other's backs?
Yeah.
Is the team a family?
Or are they in it for themselves?
We have vets.
Yeah, we
do
have
they have those sturdy vets like we had?
Yeah.
I had a vet. We had a vet at D-back. We had vets at linebacker. Vets at DN. O-line. I don't see that. We got a lot of young guys who can only follow right now because they haven't seen enough.
Well, they don't treat it as a club anymore either. It's not a family anymore. Now it's just a game.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. Last word, Coach. What do you think? We'll get into it.
Well, let me say this. I don't know that anybody knows exactly unless they're in the locker room. That's number one. Yeah. But the only thing, first of all, he was the right hire under the circumstances. No question about it, because he had the experience. He had. He'd been with a winner, he'd been with a loser, he understands that. The only thing that bothers me about him is, and I go back to when, I got fired as a head coach. I was a head coach for 3 years. And the one thing, when I went into a press conference, I made mistakes just like anybody else. I never let them see me sweat.
Right.
In other words, if I made a decision, I would say, you know what, if they asked me the question, you're right. That didn't work out. But here's why I made that decision, right or wrong. Right. And I think sometimes Doug is hesitant to really throw anybody under the bus, not just the players, the coaches himself. There's, somewhere along the line you got to step out there and say, hey,
if I may, and we're kind of in the media. The media kisses their butt all off-season, all preseason, and then when things go south, they start asking real questions, and Doug's sitting there going, wait, you used to, be my best friend. Now you're questioning what I'm doing? Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? I think that's a part of it, too. I think it all combined, and let's just be honest. When you lose, nobody's happy.
No.
Everybody piles on.
Frustration. Frustration is the reason that you say some things.
I played in New York, so it's even worse than it is.
Yeah, but could you be taking stock, too, and say, hey, after this season, I know what caliber I'm keeping.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt.
Or Coach, reiterate what you said is like, hey, when you make a mistake, own up to it.
That's right, and that's
learn
the players,
from it.
And that's the players as well.
No doubt.
That's the accountability part.
Collective.
Exactly.
All right, great job. Thanks, fellas, for being here. Appreciate it, Pete. It's always great to see my man Coach as well. We do it all the time here at the bar. Make sure you check out their profiles. This conversation, go to dailynewsnetwork.com. That website, you'll see it all right there. Until next time, stay safe and be cool. And LFG, Jags, come on. Let's get it going. We'll see you next time right here on the Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
Cheers.